I'm Tim Laird with Kevin Harned, and we're ready to reveal the secrets of more Secrets of Bluegrass Chef.
You're right about that, Tim. Today on the show, the chef from Village Anchor in Anchorage is with us today. He has a European trick for preparing mushrooms. It's easy to do at home, and wait until you see what they're going with. Plus, get the secrets to this easy Italian dessert.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, you want to stay tuned because I'm going to share the secrets to a great brunch cocktail that's good any brunch, anytime. It's my Brunch Lemonade, so you'll want to stay for that.
Yeah, sounds like that's a for sure. We've got that coming up as Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs starts right now. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Kevin Harned, and you are in for a treat today as we introduce you to one of the chefs from one of Louisville's top restaurants. Henry Wesley is here from the Village Anchor in Anchorage, and he's brought some of his best secrets that you can use in your own kitchen at home. He has a great way to preserve mushrooms and an even better way to serve them with beef. Plus, you'll love the dessert he's making, buttermilk panna cotta. Today, you're going to learn the secrets to making it yourself. But first, as always, say hello to my good friend and our co-host, America's CEO, Tim Laird.
Hello, Kevin!
Hello, Tim.
What a great audience.
Are you kidding me?
Wow! They're excited.
Well, they're excited, they're hungry, and they seem to be a whole lot of fun.
Yes, they do.
This is going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show. I'm predicting that. Absolutely, it will be, Kevin.
Now you're doing the predicting on the show.
Yes, I am. I've got a 100% chance it's going to be a great show. How's that?
Well, let's get started.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. All right, everybody. It's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio. Here he is, the one and only Chef Henry Wesley from the Village Anchor.
How you guys doing?
Hello, Chef.
How's it going, man?
All right. Appreciate you being here.
Oh, great to be here.
We are so excited to have you, Chef Henry. I mean, you've got so much personality, so much going on. Give us a little bit about your background when you got into cooking and a couple of places you've been.
Well, so I really just started cooking professionally here when I moved to Louisville. I'm actually from Washington, D.C. I had a family member actually tell me to come visit him here. My uncle was actually playing keyboards at Jeff Ruby's. Right after he did the whole O.J. Simpson thing, you guys may know about that. And I had an outstanding opportunity over there to just learn. I learned a lot of secrets and a lot of classics from recipes and techniques from a lot of really good chefs in a short amount of time. And from there, I went over to actually across the river to New Albany, where a chef Ming Pu gave me an opportunity as a sous chef over at the River City Winery. Came back over to this side of the river, started working back at steakhouses at the Z's Oyster Bar. Then from there, I was recruited by Kevin to go and open Les Mous, which is one of the top 25 steakhouses in the nation. And since then, they kind of seen what I do and put a little faith in me, and they gave me the job as the executive chef at the Village Anchor. So I'm very happy and proud to be over there now and servicing the good people of Anchorage.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you.
It's a lot of fun.
That's great, Chef. Well, we're happy to have you. And what are we going to start with today?
So we're going to start off with mushrooms conserver, and this is actually a recipe that was introduced to me by Chef Ming Pu. It's actually a technique that's invented by Chef Thomas Keller, one of the classic French chefs. And actually, you guys can prepare and store these mushrooms in a mason jar or something, and they stay good for a very long time. Okay, so you guys have nice mushrooms or special mushrooms that you want to keep around, maybe some morels or trumpet mushrooms or something like that. This is a great way to make them. But what you start off with here is your some olive oil, and we got this over like a medium-low heat, okay?
Okay.
And it's basically what we're doing. And what we do here is just get it kind of hot. You want the oil to kind of be right around 170 degrees. Okay, that's not too hot, but it's also not too cold. And it's going to allow your herbs to start diffusing into the oil, right, very slowly. So as you see the oil starting to get about that temperature, just around 170, I'm going to start putting my herbs in. I'm starting with my thyme. He uses a little bit less rosemary, but I like rosemary. And I'm going to put my garlic in here.
That's a nice, looks like a beautiful olive oil you started with too. Extra virgin?
It's an extra virgin olive oil here. So this is one of the things where usually if you're going to be trying to preserve any type of vegetable or stuff like that, when you want to spend the extra couple dollars on something nice. So usually you're going to let this process go for maybe about like 10 minutes or so, just over a really, really low simmer. You can see you're starting to get a few bubbles here. It's just nothing really to worry about, but you don't really want it to start boiling or anything. You don't want to fry your herbs or anything like that. You're just trying to extract the flavors very, very slowly. You want to prepare your mushrooms and go ahead and cut them up to about the size of one bite each, okay? Depending on what the mushrooms are. You see they're different shapes. but they're all pretty much about the same size. So I'll start off with my portobellos. I just pretty much add those in here. And you'll notice that the mushrooms will actually stick up out of the oil a little bit as when you first start to do this, okay? And I'm going ahead and put my creminis in here.
Yeah, because they'll cook down, right? I mean,
They cook down quite a bit.
They release some of their water and
Yeah, absolutely. All that good stuff, the
Yep.
juices, and
that'll
all the
mix in
flavor.
with that oil and all the flavors. Will...
Absolutely. So you see right here, I got my oil backed up to like right around 170. I'm just going to kind of start to move this around. This happens fairly rapidly, guys. So you don't really want to walk away or anything, even though you have some low temperature stuff going on here. It's really important to keep your eye on it. Okay.
Now's not the time to go for a bourbon,
I was
Kevin.
getting ready to
You're
say,
gonna
Tim,
have to say,
this
right?
wouldn't work for Tim. It's too fast.
I was gonna go. Wait a minute, I need.
So I kind of take some time, if you guys notice, to add my oyster mushrooms because they are very delicate. You don't want to overcook them. You still want some bite in there. So I kind of cook the rest of these mushrooms down just a little bit. And then I go ahead and add these oyster mushrooms here. I'm just going to keep kind of mixing this up and stirring it around.
And once this is made, you can save this, right, Chef? I mean,
Yes,
this-
so you save it. It actually creates, like you said, a good amount of water mixed with oil with the juice, and you can go ahead and jar that like you would jar anything, and go ahead and seal it, and it'll stay for a very long time. Or just even just in a cup in the refrigerator, it's good for a month. And you just want this to come back to about 170 degrees again. You kind of just let this cook down, and you'll see that it starts to form its own juices and stuff.
So here's what it looks like when we're all done.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh,
look at that. That is absolutely
that.
You
gorgeous.
see that
I
cooks
know.
down. So the thing we do basically when it's hit this point right here, we just add a little bit of salt. Okay, so we have some salt here.
So salt at the end.
Salt at the end, just to taste. Depending,
Okay.
I would always choose to taste it maybe at this point, and then see how much salt you like, okay? I also have this bourbon smoked pepper that comes right here from Bourbon Barrel Foods, right in the building here. That's
Yes,
really
it
great,
does.
the large grain pepper.
Yes.
You bet.
And then it finished off just at the end with a little bit of sherry vinegar. It's almost like a light pickle.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just gonna add just a little bit. It's maybe about 2 to 3 tablespoons. One of my favorite things we've done with it was for Derby, we actually made some, a few little small bites on some of these crackers here like this. So if you guys have this kind of laying around the house, what you can do is get yourself some like English crackers or crostinis or something like that, maybe whatever you like, bread. And we can actually put a little bit of blue cheese.
Oh,
Or
wow.
whatever your favorite cheese might be. Pepper jack cheese is great. A little, it's that Boursin cheese or any like spreadable herb cheese would be good as well. So we're just gonna have a little bit of our mushrooms conserver on top there. All right. I usually try to put a couple different types of mushrooms on there.
Gosh, what a great, easy appetizer. So another purpose for our preserved mushrooms.
So then I actually put a little bit of paprika on top of here.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Then I'm going to top it with just a little bit of saba, which is like a kind of like a balsamic infused reduction. It's like just, I mean, you want a secret? Here it is. No, I'm just kidding.
And see, that's reduced, so that's that almost that sweet,
Oh,
syrupy.
man, it's really great. See, why don't you guys try this out?
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
look at this. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
ask us twice. Have one, Tim.
I'm going to try one, right? Absolutely. God, what a great combination. Wow.
Yes, right, guys.
Right.
And while you guys are trying that, I'm
mean
going to go ahead and
you
get
got more?
this steak on. What we have here actually is a 22-ounce Allen Brothers Angus ribeye. Everybody's always asking me, Chef Henry, you know, what's the secret to cooking a really good steak, right? And I
Right.
tell them it's, at least how we do it in the steakhouses, a lot of the steakhouses around town, salt and pepper and high heat. A large grain pepper and a large grain salt are actually going to stick better to your meat, and when it's cooking and the juices released from your meat, they're going to actually absorb in. It's going to give you a nice caramelization in your crust to your outside.
Oh, that's a
all
great
your
secret.
steak marks and stuff that you guys
Nice.
like. That's the best part, right? So, oh, we got that nice and ready. Just going to put this nice
That's
on,
great.
just flat down on our nice hot grill there.
All right. I tell you, while that is cooking, if you don't mind, Henry, we'll take a quick break. We have more secrets to share, not only finishing up the steak, but a panna cotta.
Absolutely.
I look forward
All
to
right.
seeing that. And Tim, you're shaking up a cocktail.
I am. Something for brunch.
Nice.
Brunch lemonade.
Brunch Lemonade. It's next on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're back after this.
Nice.
Bluegrass Chefs. We love sharing the secrets from Kentucky's best chefs. We are here today with Chef Henry Wesley from the Village Anchor out in Anchorage. He has more secrets to share coming up, but our very own CEO, America's Chief Entertaining Officer, and our co-host Tim Laird also likes to share some secrets on the show. We're mixing it up again today.
We are, Kevin. I'll tell you what, I call this my brunch lemonade. I always look for a great cocktail to have during brunch. One of my favorite meals. It's the best of breakfast, best of lunch.
Right.
But actually, this can be any time. But it's light, refreshing, delicious. Of course, when you say brunch, you always think mimosas, so you think champagne base. So
right.
I'm going to start out with a little bit of Corbel. The Corbel goes in, and this is one of those drinks you really don't have to measure out. Just kind of fill it up, maybe about 4 ounces or so.
Just until it overflows.
Exactly. And then
usually
a splash of lemonade, just a little bit, kind of give it kind of that lemon sparkling effect. And then I put in just a little bit of limoncello. It's a lemon liqueur, kind of hails from Italy, but it's a nice little touch on what we have there with the lemonade, kind of perks everything up. And then I just have a little bit, you could do a little lemon twist or a little zest just around there. There it is. Boom. Brunch lemonade, good at any brunch, anytime. Here it is. Cheers. See how we did? Oh, yeah.
Tim.
I don't need anything else. Heck with
Yeah.
the rest of the brunch. I'm sticking right
I
here.
just need a solo cup and a tree. I can just sit out there all day. This is perfect. You don't have to serve it in this fancy glass.
Yeah, that's Kevin. That's brunch at Kevin's.
Yeah.
A solo
I can't even
cup,
promise there'll be
a
food.
brunch lemonade, and a tree. There we go.
Doesn't that taste like summer?
It does. It's very summer, refreshing, delicious. I love that cocktail.
Wow, that is delicious.
All right,
Back
now.
to the cooking. I see the flame shooting up out of the grill over here.
That's one of the nice things about having a nice fatty steak is getting all that nice fire on there.
Yeah.
It's not steak unless there's fire for me, guys.
And look what you said. You know that caramelization you were talking about?
Yeah.
There it is.
There
and that's
it is.
part of the texture.
As this steak finishes up, it's actually probably just about done. Yeah, that's just finished.
Hey, we're going right into the fire there, Chef. Look at that.
Which fire? Which one?
Yeah,
So I'm actually going to take this steak
Wow.
off, and it's actually important to let your steaks rest for just a little while. Resting the steak is actually going to allow some of the juices that normally might spill out when you cut them to actually absorb back into the meat. This steak's just a little bit over rare, a little bit mid-rare for us, which is going to allow us to actually experience the most flavor.
Perfect. I love mid-rare. And by the way, even you can have some carryover cook time too. I think a lot of
Absolutely.
people they'll do the temperature here, but then don't realize it's going to go up another 5-10 degrees possibly, depending on the size of the steak. So always
also what
consider
we
that.
have here is something really easy to do where we already have the grill out if we're looking for a vegetable option to go with our steak and mushrooms. We have a little bit of asparagus here. This is just raw asparagus. I just trimmed the bottoms off, dusted a little bit again with the olive oil that we have. And it's a technique I actually learned at Jeff Ruby's cooking asparagus for everybody. Right? You just kind of rub this around in the olive oil, salt, and pepper. You can actually put this directly on your same grill with your steak, almost like right when it's done. And you just roll that kind of on there. And this doesn't take very long at all, guys. And that's very simple and easy to do. If you guys like butter, which I do, you can put some butter with it. So we're just gonna go ahead and start plating a little bit, okay? So what I like to do when I'm plating this at the restaurant is start off with the bed of the mushrooms conserver as the base. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a few of these. I generally don't serve the herbs and stuff like that. Anything that's kind of rough, I kind of leave to the side or take out.
Because they've already done their part by infusing their flavors already in those
Right,
mushrooms
you don't
and
really
juice.
need them. Now these garlic cloves are good though. We're gonna
Oh,
leave
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So I usually just start off with the base of a little bit of the mushrooms here at the bottom, or a lot of the mushrooms, however you feel.
Yep.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna grab this asparagus while this
You got
is
it?
done. That's
We
done.
can help if you need Tim or I to do anything. You just
I'm not
let
sure I
us
trust
know.
you guys.
We're not just standing
No.
here.
No, we are just
You- if you
standing
guys
here.
had it,
This is
I'm
a
not sure
professional,
either.
Well,
Kevin.
yeah, well, I know where the off button is on this thing. Bang.
So here we got some asparagus, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slice this steak up a little bit.
Maybe I do.
I always come and take the bone off. Make sure that the guest gets a nice.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing. You're cutting it on a bias, kind of.
I kind of like to cut it on the bias. That way you don't get so much chew in your bite. So the sinews in the steak generally go this way, and when you cut on a bias, that each sinew kind of gets cut in half, or each one's much shorter than it would be. It creates a more tender mouthfeel.
Oh, that looks perfect, Chef.
I cooked a steak or two in my life.
Oh, yeah. If you could put out 300 steaks in a couple hours time to hungry guests, you know your steak.
So like I just generally take
kinda
this,
worn out just by
kind of
this
just
one
lay it
little
out.
Oh, God, that looks perfect. I mean, that is absolutely
See, it's just some beautiful stuff here.
And then that earthiness of that mushroom with all the flavor of that with that steak. Oh, gosh.
That ought to fill you up, Tim.
I think so.
Here we go. And we're just going to take a couple pieces of the ramp butter that we have here. Just lay that on top and just let that steak kind of melt it down in there. And over top of that, we're going to put a few pieces of the grilled asparagus that we have. And this is just ready to go, guys.
Wow. There's nothing else you need with that. That is incredible.
How about that?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Chef, I would say you outdid yourself, but we're going to come back to you for a few more secrets after the break. We're making Panna Cotta next, so we look forward to that. You all having fun here today? The audience is. We hope you are too. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more from Chef Henry Wesley from the Village Anchor right here on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Nice.
Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, airing shows all across the Commonwealth. For your enjoyment, we're taking you inside the minds of the local chefs so you can learn the secrets to making that same great food at home. We're here with Henry Wesley today from the Village Anchor, and Henry is going to whip up something that I love this because true Italian dessert is one of my favorite things, and Panna Cotta is up next.
I can't wait to see this, Chef. This is going to be fun. Tell us all about your Panna Cotta.
So what we've got here going, like you said, Panna Cotta is a great option for anybody who likes just a light dessert. Anything light and refreshing is perfect for summer. And what we're going to do here is add a little bit of Kentucky flavor to it with just a little bit of buttermilk. Okay?
Ooh,
so
nice.
do a buttermilk Panna Cotta. So what I've got here started off, just a half cup of heavy cream. And I just go ahead and put a third cup of sugar in here. We're just going to let that start to get nice and lovely and start to meet each other down there. In the,
Talking my
it was
language
Start to
here
melt
now.
yeah. Cream, sugar.
Yeah.
just
Cream,
melt a little bit of cream and sugar together. And the real secret about when you're doing Panna Cotta, because this is going to be really easy and simple, guys. This can be done ahead of time, even days ahead of time. There's no real cooking besides what I'm doing here.
Oh, great.
It's basically like making instant Jello, but easier.
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
I'm going to go ahead and add my vanilla bean in here.
Beautiful.
I've got just one vanilla bean that's been split.
But you're not cheating. You could put that vanilla extract in, but
You
no,
can
you're
put
doing
a little bit of vanilla
Yeah, if you want to
extract
do that
if
at
you
home.
want to cheat, or like you just cut corners if you're feeling that way. That's what you like to do.
He usually does that on, like, if he's making two cocktails, it's usually mine that gets, chance. It's, yeah.
So basically, we're almost done with this. So I'm going to go ahead and add my buttermilk just directly in here. And again, we're just going to start to let this get kind of warm. Not too hot. And you see I'm stirring the whole time because I don't want this to burn on the bottom. This is not something that you want to walk away from. Just as this is starting to get kind of warm, I'll go ahead and incorporate my gelatin into here, okay? So just go ahead and scoop this right down in here.
Wow, and already that bloomed.
Just quite nicely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a difference. And you guys, if you have, I'm not sure exactly what the transfer ratio is though, but if you guys want to use gelatin sheets, those will work as well. It's just going to be a little bit maybe playing with it as opposed to utilizing the recipe that was provided.
He said sheets, not shots, Tim.
Yeah.
You got
You know, I was
just to clarify.
Don't let him
Gelatin
discourage you,
shots.
Sam, okay? Because I was
Jello
making
shots.
these actually to present to you guys, and I was like, how do I make a whole bunch of little panna cottas? So I put them in those little disposable little Jello shot things, and I was like, you know what?
Oh, that's perfect.
It is perfect. You can add some rum chata to that.
Oh, that's
Rum
good.
chata,
Don't give him
panna
any
cotta.
ideas.
There we go.
This is-
All right.
This is
Right
a
there.
party gone bad. I can see it.
So actually, at this point, guys, this is done. All right. All you need to do from this moment is actually get this into your containers, whatever you want to serve it in, and what you do here is just basically just pour this down into your mold, whatever it is. All right.
You can see the vanilla bean too. Look at that.
Right.
I'm just going to make a few here. And then you're going to put these in the fridge and you just let them chill. And as they chill, they'll set up. They don't take really longer than 4 hours depending on what you put them in. You can make a big giant bowl for the family that people dig out of, maybe take a little bit longer. But like I said, this is something really simple and easy. that we can do.
Nice.
Do ahead. That's great.
So I have a
Chef.
couple that actually have done ahead of time. They're already here in the fridge, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I can make bad jokes too, guys.
See, you said bad jokes too.
So generally how I serve this at the restaurant, just to enhance the flavors a little bit. What I have here is some lemon Stilton cheese. So it's kind of like a hard, crumbly cheese, almost reminiscent of like a blue cheese, but it's got lemon zest and some sweet lemon flavors, almost compared to like the limoncello. Go very nice with your summer drink.
You bet.
And this is actually available from Cisco, which is one of our partners as well.
Yes,
in
it
this
is.
segment. So I usually just sprinkle a little bit of this lemon cheese over top, just to add a little bit of texture. Okay. Grab a few blueberries. Blueberries actually, with their dark rind, have a great contrast to the lemon and the buttermilk.
Beautiful,
that's already
yeah.
gonna be on here.
Plus add a little
Makes the
color
dish
to it.
healthy,
A little
too.
bit of
Yeah.
color.
It's a super fruit.
Yeah, now, yeah, exactly.
Just put a few blueberries and just add a little bit of mint, maybe for color.
Look at that.
Then we're gonna have just a,
Oh!
just a little bit of the saba, right? This is actually, if you guys never had this before, it's almost like a balsamic bittersweet dressing, but it goes great with berries, ice cream, desserts, steak, everything.
Even Parmesan cheese, you know, little cuts of that, put that on there, or strawberries, like you said. Beautiful. Oh, a lot of flavors, a lot of textures. Absolutely fabulous, Chef. That is incredible.
Thank you, guys.
It's time for us to say goodbye and say thank you to Henry and our great audience today. We appreciate you watching at home. If you'd like to be a member of the audience, find out how at mintjuliptours.com. On behalf of everybody at Bourbon Barrel Foods, B&B Productions, for Tim Laird, I'm Kevin Harned. We'll see you next time on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.